BusinessNet Explorer, product news podcast channel. This is B&E Product News, supporting specifiers and buyers. This podcast is sponsored by the B&E Product News podcast library. Well, hi, this is Mick de Leyburn for BusinessNet Explorer, and welcome to this special edition B&E Product News Brand Leader Project Viewpoint podcast. Well, for professional painters, decorators and maintenance teams, more often than not working on many different types of job on a daily basis, they've needed regular trips to the merchants and a van full of paint cans to accommodate the variety of applications until now. Innovative paint manufacturer Bradite has come up with the perfect solution, a water-based primer, undercoat and finish in one can. Couldn't be simpler. And just so you know what to ask for, they've made that one easy as well. Yes, they have called it simply One Can. So we thought we would ask a key member of the team that masterminded this product more about it. James Burton, responsible for technical sales at Bradite, joins us on the phone. Well, hi James. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us today on the B&E Product News podcast for the construction and building services industry.
Hi Mick, thanks for inviting me to talk about One Can.
Well, that's a pleasure. But before we talk about One Can you give our listeners a little background about the Bradite brand?
Yeah, well, the company started in late 1930s and was based in the West Midlands around the motor industry, actually. During the war, our paints were used for tanks and aircraft, including Spitfires. This meant we were asked to look at a new site for the factory, away from the built-up inner city areas, and settled in North Wales, where we are still sited today. All the Bradite paints are still made in the factory, and we have extensive research and development teams in both Manchester and at Bethesda. Bradite paints were known mainly as a quality paint manufacturer supplying protective coatings to the specialist paint market. We're now looking to expand that offer into a wider base. With the formulation of the One Can and the new Florit, we're looking to open up the everyday maintenance market, with quality products offering easy product selection and faster recoat times, allowing jobs to be completed with less downtime and quicker handover.
And how about yourself? Tell us a little about your personal career journey and how it has led to you working in this key role for the Bradite business.
I started in the business working for family decorators merchants, W. Robinsons of Nottingham, in the mid-70s, working after school and during holidays. Well, I joined Snaith's in Leicester, actually, around 84-85, working on the road as a sales manager and for a short time running the interior design showroom. 94-95, I started importing the Zinza product into the UK and set up our own J&L factors as a distributor. In 97, we started our own merchant business with my brother, during which time we started looking at protective coatings in mason and dacrylate. In 2004, I joined Brewers on their protective coatings team, and later on in 2012 joined Bradite. I'd been selling Bradite while I was at Brewers, so had actually quite a good knowledge of the brand. When I started with the company, we started looking at updating the products, the offer, and rebranding to make it easier to select, and looked at new data sheets and move away from numbers and more descriptive names and dropping out of date products and looking at new product lines. After a time, it was felt that we needed to take Bradite in a new direction, looking at the maintenance commercial market and the new young decorator who is looking for water-based materials, hence the One Can.
Well, James, let's move on to the star of the show, One Can. Now, this must be the pro painter and decorator's dream. And what are the key features, first of all?
Well, simply, it's a primer, undercoat and finish in one can. It's designed to work as a system, not as a one-coat product. The important thing to remember when you look at developing a one-can product was that primers, undercoats and top coats all play different roles. Primers are designed to penetrate, adhere and block. An undercoat will add film thickness and add protection and a dense appearance to the finish coat. One can dries to a harder finish than conventional water-based finish coats, allowing a light sanding prior to the final coat. One can differs from other multi-surface products with a stain locking, adhesion and anti-corrosive property, making it a real one can product. It's important when formulating that we produced a product that was easy to understand and use. Looking at problem-solving products can be confusing, as many appear to do similar things. So we set out to make selection easy, hence just the one can. Understanding the market and how it's changing, with painters and business looking for alternatives to solvent-based products. They want low odour and quick-drying products that are suitable for spray application.
Well, what surfaces can it be applied to, and what works best to apply it?
Right, well, most internal and external surfaces, including hardwoods, softwoods, metals, both ferrous and non-ferrous. It will even go over degreased new galvanised. Building plastics such as UPVC doors, windows, factory finishes, i.e. powder coatings, plastisol cladding, existing paint finishes, gloss paints, varnishes, or as long as they're suitably prepared. Problem-solving products such as one can do not mean necessarily that the preparation can be avoided. Again, we've tried to make this as simple as possible, and all we ask is you make sure that the area to be painted is clean, free of grease, oils, dust, and completely dry prior to application. And one can be applied by brush, roller, or spray application.
And how about its anti-corrosive properties?
Yeah, well, we've included an anti-corrosive pigment, making it suitable over steel to provide long-term protection. This we tested by exposing to saltwater spray testing. With a full 3-coat system, this will give you a full anti-corrosive system over correctly prepared steel.
Having a primer, undercoat and finish in one can, that must speed up completion of jobs.
Yeah, well, indeed, that was what we were looking for. So it was formulated to save time. We touch dry in 30 minutes with a recoat of an hour. Less downtime means finishing the job in a day and no need to return, which obviously saves time and money. One can is the easy answer to many paint jobs, giving easy application, fast recoat times with little or no smell. Areas requiring short turnaround as well, such as hotel rooms, offices, shop fitting, where we might be working through the night for the shop to be open in the morning. Kitchen areas, obviously, you can't have those out of action for too long. And maintenance areas. The idea of one can is to give the painter an opportunity to choose a quality product with fast recoat and completion times, meaning less downtime and travelling and completion in a single day. By using one can, simply you increase profitability by being more productive.
This must be a popular one for the stockists. I mean, presumably every painter and decorator will want one can for the van.
Yes, it's available through a large network of stockists, plenty of places to buy it, wherever you're working. And if you have any issues getting it, by all means, contact us via the website.
How important are events like, for example, the National Painting and Decorating Show for meeting your audience and showing off new innovations such as one can? Seeing must be believing.
Definitely, the National P&D show was where we introduced the one can in 2018, and it was ideal to be able to present it to the end user, not just the stockist. And we find that's important because we can get our feedback from them. And going back in 2019, with so many people coming back to give us positive remarks about the one can, which was really gave us a lot of heart in what we were doing.
Brilliant. So, for those listening to this podcast, how would you summarise the capabilities of one can? In a nutshell, as this product offers the trade so many things.
One can is simply a primer, undercoat, finish, stain locker, adhesion primer, anti-corrosive, interior, exterior, quick drying, low odour, water-based, brush, roller or spray applied coating.
Well, this product's going to take some beating, but what is your vision for the future of paints? What can painters and decorators look forward to working with, maybe in the next few years?
Well, we're looking at obviously water-based technology and development without compromising the system. The future of Bradite is to continue looking at new products, working with modern technology, listening to the painter to produce quality products that last and are easy to use.
Well, thank you, James, for joining us today for this special edition B&E Product News Brand Leader Project Viewpoint podcast. Bradite are clearly one of the leading product innovators for the painting and decorating marketplace, and hopefully the industry will be meeting up again in November 2021 at the National Painting and Decorating Show at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry. So our listeners will be able to see all the latest Bradite products and meet the team then. So thank you again, James.
Thank you, Mick. It's been fun.
Cheers. For more information about one can and the full range of Bradite products, please visit www.bradite.com. Well, thank you for joining us for this latest edition of the B&E Product News podcast. And please stay safe. Follow us on Twitter at B&E Product News to keep updated on our latest product news podcast releases, and visit us at businessnetexplorer.com to find more product news and information for specifiers and buyers in the construction and building services and associated manufacturing and energy sectors. BusinessNet Explorer podcasts are now available via the Apple Podcasts app, iTunes and on Spotify. You can subscribe to access our existing content and, of course, to receive every new podcast that we publish in audio format.